Hi everyone, my name is Elaine and I'm an independent Avon sales rep, leader, and mentor. Today's video is part of my Do You Know series, and I created this series as a way to create short but informative videos to share with all of you ways to help navigate, run, and grow your Avon business. So I hope that you find today's video informative and helpful. Today's topic is going to be, do you know how to set up Avon invoicing? Many of you should know already that Avon did away with the invoice booklets that used to be available for free when we placed our Avon orders on our web office. Some may have already gone out and purchased invoicing books or receipts so that you can include with your orders. But I found that using the invoicing tool that's available on your Avon.com is actually pretty easy. It's clean, it's customizable, and it's easy to, once you set it up, to use every campaign to create your customers' invoices, print them out, and include them in the orders. So let's get started. I am going to walk you through how to first set up the invoicing for today's session so that you can create these invoices, and it will definitely help your business to move smoothly. So give me one moment. I'm going to share my screen. Takes a little longer than I expected. Okay, so of course you log into your Avon.com. You log in with your account number and your password. So once you sign in, at the top here, you're going to go to Manage Business, and you're going to click on Web Office. Once you click on Web Office, you want to scroll down to your marketing tools, and you're going to click on Personalization Tool. Once you get to your personalization tool, you have your three headers at the top. You have contact information, customer preferences, and customer invoicing. You're going to click on customer invoicing. Once you get there, you're going to see on this page several items that you can select or deselect to personalize your customer invoice. So let's start with the service charge and tax. The service charge was also part of the booklets that Avon had, and your service charge helps to cover the shipping charges, since when your customers order through you versus through your website, the orders are sent to you, and you as the representative is charged with the shipping. As a way to decrease the burden of the shipping costs, you can charge a service charge. Now, the system defaults it at 75 cents. It's been 75 cents for as long as I can remember. You do have the option of changing that. I know with the cost of shipping and pretty much the cost of everything has gone up, you can adjust that to help offset those charges. I know some people have do change it based on how they run their business. Some people charge a higher service charge based on if the customer picks up their order from them, or they have to deliver, because they have to account for the mileage and gas. So again, the service charge is your choice on how much you want to charge. It does default at 75 cents. So next, let's go to the sales tax. You want to make sure that you are charging your customers a sales tax based on your state. If your state charges sales tax, then your customer should be paying sales tax as well. Avon does charge you for a sales tax based on the number of customers you have and the size of the order, the amount of the order, I'm sorry. So for Maryland, the sales tax is 6%, so I have mine set at 6%. If you are not a Maryland resident, make sure you look up what your sales tax percentage is so that you can adjust your invoice accordingly. Next, you have your invoice display settings, and with this, you are choosing what you want to show on your invoice. Keep in mind, the more information you show on your invoice, the longer the invoice is. So if you have a customer that ordered, on a number of items, if you have more display items, and that could cause your invoice to go to a second page. And I only say this because I know some people like to watch how much paper they're using as well as ink, and to keep your costs down. So your first item that you can personalize is display your campaign item. Display your campaign item will display which campaign the item was purchased in. So if your customer, right now we're in campaign 12, so if your customer placed an order today, but the item they saw is in campaign 11 at a lower price, if you selected this as yes, then campaign 11 would show next to that item from campaign 11. Again, you can personalize this. You can either say yes or no that you want this displayed on the invoice. Next is display promotional information on invoice. Again, with the promotional information, this will simply show any promotion that the customer took advantage of during that campaign. So if there is an item that was buy one get one half off, and your customer purchased that item, that promotion information will show on the invoice, so your customer knows that they did receive that promotion. I like to display it on my invoice personally because I think my customers like to see that they received a promotion, and if they didn't know that they were getting a promotion, it's a great way to make them happy and, promote customer loyalty and the customer service that we want to provide our customers. The next item is to display regular price information on invoice. Again, this is something that I do choose to do. I like my customers to see the sale price versus the regular price. Again, it's a good way to show your customer that that they've saved some money because the item was at a higher price versus what they got it for. Another thing I do sometimes too is when my customers are placing an order with me, if I see that the item that they want was at a lower price the previous campaign, I'll select that previous campaign, and in that way they may not have been expecting that discount, but they received it, and again, that makes them happy, and it shows them great customer service on your part. So again, that's something that you can choose to display on your invoice or not. Your next item is display multiple customer phone numbers on an invoice. I don't have this selected for my customers' invoices, but you can. Some people like this because if they're out and about delivering orders and a customer doesn't answer one number, the other number is already printed on the invoice. For me, most of my customers, I only have one number, so I only display one. If I do have customers that have more than one, it's not necessary because I contact my customers in advance to determine when we're gonna make that delivery or not. So next is display group name on invoice. Again, this is something you can choose to display or not. If you don't know what group name is so that if you have a group of customers that are at one location, or if you've done a fundraiser, you can keep those customers' invoices organized for you. It's a way so that you can identify which customers are with what. So if you're doing multiple fundraisers, and the orders came in all at the same time, which fundraiser is for what group of people. Another thing that I do that I use group name for is that I have people at several businesses that order from me. So I will put the name of the business as a group name so that when I'm making deliveries, I know that this group of orders will be going to this location versus another. So keep that in mind when you are choosing if you want to display the group name or not, if you have group names. So the next one is display footer for email address requests. I have this selected as yes. And what this display footer for email address request does is if you do not have an email address on file for that customer, it will display a box requesting for that customer to share their email address with you. I do leave this on because there are some customers where I don't have an email address for, and I want to them to have that option to provide it. Once you get the email address, you want to save it to your address book so that your customers can now receive the Avon email promotions that are sent out. So lastly is your personalized message. And with the personalized message, you can select a default message, or you can create a personal message. You can update this as often as you like or as little as you like. So with the default messages, if you click the arrow under select one, you have your thank you for your order. You have thanks, I appreciate your business. You have you deserve the best, thanks for allowing me to serve you. And last, you have let me tell you what's new at Avon. So you can select any of these as a default message, or you can create your own. I chose to create my own, and mine simply says, thank you for shopping with me. Please enjoy the free sample provided with your order. And as always, you can shop online anytime and anywhere along with my URL. And I like the create your own message because I can customize it. Sometimes in my message, I might put a new product that's coming out and, you know, let my customer know that they can pre-order it with me now. And then my current message that I have is enjoy a free sample. Excuse me. I put this on because I try to give my customers a free sample when there are new products out, items out. And of course, you can also edit this in the box when you're creating your message. So say you forgot to change your message, or the sample that you're giving out to other customers, this customer may have already received it. You can edit this in the process of creating your invoices. You don't have to actually go into the personalization tool each time to edit your message, but it does make it easier when you're creating your invoices. And last, once you have set all of this up, I always like to go through, review, make sure my settings are how I want them and how I like them, and then I click save. You want to make sure that you click save, because if you do not click save and you exit out of this, all of your changes and updates will not take. And once you click save, you'll get a little pop-up that says settings saved. All settings are now updated. And that just lets you know that all the changes you made are good. So that is all I have for you with the how to set up your Avon invoicing. So you found this information informative and helpful. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when I do post new videos, you get a notification. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in a chat box, and I do try to respond to all questions posed to me. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.